Hello everyone, so today we're going to focus on some standing balance work, and we will also be working a lot on leg strength and just releasing your fascia. So the first movement we're going to start is from a hip stance with your feet. We will be exhaling onto the tips of our toes. So exhale onto the tips of your toes, and then inhale, drop the heels down, bend your knees, and then just lower your arms at the same level as your shoulders. We'll do that again. Exhale up, and inhale, drop the heels, bend through the knees, arms nice and long. Feel that flexion in your ankles here. We get quite stiff having that flexion in the ankles, so it's good to practice that often. And exhale up, and inhale back down into ankle flexion, knee flexion, and long arms. Reach out through all the fingers. 2 more. And one last one. Staying nice and tall, sit bones pointing down, so your hips are staying neutral. We'll change it now slightly. We'll be keeping the heels up as we sink through the knees. So exhale up onto the tips of the toes. Keep the heels up. Now we lower while staying onto our tippy toes. Let's do 4 more. And last 2. And last 1. Now drop the heels, keep the knees slightly bent, and then just bring the hands, slide them down to just above the kneecaps, and we'll go into a few cat-cow stretches. So tuck the tailbone under, round your lower spine, pull back into the spine, drop the chin towards the chest. This is your cat stretch. For the cow, lift your sit bones up to the ceiling, drop your belly button down to the floor, widen the chest, lift the chest bone up to the ceiling, and look up. Exhale into your cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Lovely stretch for the muscles on either side of your spine here. Inhale, open the chest. Lift your chin. Last 2. And last 1. Looking up one last time. Now go back into cat, and from that rounded spine position, roll it up slowly, one vertebrae after the other. Good. Let's go into some side flexion stretches here. So again, make sure that your feet are hip distance apart. We'll be lifting up both of the arms here, feeling nice and tall, feeling yourself balanced evenly over both feet. Drop your left arm, and then let's just reach over towards the left. As you're reaching over towards the left, make sure that you really press down through your right foot and feeling that connection all the way down the side of your right body here. We'll bring some arm floats in here. We're going to exhale that left arm up and then release it back down. And exhale up and release it down. And exhale up and release it down. From here we're going to go into the arm pendulum swing. So watch if you're not sure what you're doing. It's just swinging it one side and swinging it back. Good, let's do 3 together. And swing it to the one side and swing it back. Nice and loose in the shoulder. Swing it to one side, swing it back. Swing it to one side. Now swing it back all the way around so it takes you all the way over to the right. Now we're reaching over towards the right, but you've got to make sure that your left leg is really planting down into the floor, yeah? Feeling that lovely stretching connection between the arm and the leg. Now let's bring some arm floats in. Exhale that right arm up and release it down. Exhale it up and release it down. And exhale it up and release it down. Let's go into the arm pendulum swings. So one side and then the other side. Nice and loose in your shoulder joint. One side, then the other. One side, then the other, all the way up so you come back into centered position. Good. Now let's go into a rotational movement. We're going to bring in some balance work here. So step your left foot onto your right foot, nice and gentle. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can just go onto tippy toes. Left foot right next to the right foot. Okay, from here, we're going to lift both of the arms back up again. Make sure to release your shoulders. We don't want to have any tension in the shoulders here. We are going to rotate over towards the left. So as we rotate over towards the left, think about your left hip pushing forwards. Now from here, staying nice and tall, looking towards the left, release the arms, nice and long. Again, stretching out through all the fingers. Bring the arms back up and then come back into a centered position. You'll most probably start feeling that right ankle working quite hard in helping you to balance. Rotate over towards the right, pressing your right hip forwards this time. It's like a counter rotation. So the upper body goes right and the hips are trying to go left. Now, whoops, drop the arms. Level to the shoulders. Reach long through the fingers. And bring those arms back up. Come into centered position. Keep the arms up. Now we're just going to step the right foot gently onto the left foot. Let's rotate again over towards the left, nice and slow. Focus on that counter rotation. So hips are trying to rotate to the right, left hip pushing forwards, and then release the arms nice and long, reaching through the fingers here. And lift the arms back up. Work slowly in this movement. And then rotate over towards your right. Think of your hips trying to rotate to the left. And release the arms down, level to your shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed, but you're tall, lifting up through the crown of the head here. And then bring the arms back up, coming back up into a centered position. Keep the arms up. Step your left foot onto your right foot. Slowly rotate to the left. Let your hips rotate to the right. Upper body left, hips right. Release the arms down. Reach out through the fingers on the left and the right. One arm forwards, the other one behind you. Arms back into centered position and rotate over towards the right with the upper body. Your hips is rotating towards the left. And reach the arms out nice and long. Lifting tall through the crown of the head. And bring the arms up. Keep the arms up. And step gently onto your left foot. And let's rotate slowly over towards the left. Stay reaching up tall through the crown of the head. Now, long arm position. Shoulders relaxed, neck is long, spine is long. And that balancing leg on the left is strong. Lift the arms up. And rotate over towards your right with your upper body, with your rib cage. And feel how your right hip is pressing forwards. Reach out to the sides. One arm reaching forwards the other one reaching out behind you. Lift tall through the crown of the head. And bring the arms up. And then shake it out. I'm sure your arms are feeling tired now, having them up all the time. Good. So the next exercise, we're going to do an open gate, closed gate position with the legs. So from a standing position, we're going to take all of the weight over onto the right leg first. So gently lift your left leg up. Arms is going to be out on the side again. We're going to guide this leg on the left out to the side with the left arm. So I want you to really feel that length from the right foot all the way up through to the crown of the head. And now take it across the midline. Use your opposite hand and guide it across the midline of the body. Staying tall. And then release it. We're going to take the right leg up. Guide the right leg out to the side with the arm on the right. Stay lifting tall through your left leg all the way up through to the crown of the head. And then guide that leg across the midline with your left arm. You should feel a little bit of a stretch here. There we go. And then release it. Let's lift the left leg up. If lifting the knee up at a 90-degree angle is too much for you, you can lower that knee slightly. You can even have the tips of the toes in contact with the floor and then just doing this movement. Or you can just have that leg maybe resting onto the opposite leg and then doing that movement. So just see what works for you in your spine. Okay, and we're guiding it across. And then releasing it. Let's take the opposite leg. Ooh, take it out first. Open gate. Lifting tall. And then guide it across. Lots of concentration, yeah? Remember, balance is something we don't get born with balance. We've got to crawl before we walk. Left leg. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So the stronger the legs, the better your balance. So this is great. We're strengthening your legs and we're improving your balance. Taking that leg across the midline. Ooh, stay tall. You'll feel that this is making you quite warm. And then let's do it one more time on the right leg. Open gate. Lifting tall through your left leg. And let's close that gate across the midline of the body. You can see even I am wobbly a bit. We haven't done standing balance work for a while. And then release it. Well done. Okay, and shake it out a little bit. Then we're going to go into some controlled articular rotations for our hip joints. You can hold on to the wall here. And we'll focus on our left leg first. So it's the same principle of the first movement. We lift the knee, we open the gate. From an open gate position, we lift the heel. And then, without moving too much through your pelvis, you press back, roll the knee in and forwards. Okay, let's do 3 together into each direction. So lift the knee, open gate, lift your heel. Make sure you're not moving too much through your lower spine. Take it back, roll it around and bring it forwards. Number 2, open the gate, lift your heel, go back and roll it forwards. Open the gate, lift your heel, press that heel back and roll it forwards. Now let's reverse. Take it back, bring it into a lifted heel position, open gate and close. Push that heel back, lift it up. It's a bit of a hurdle stretch here. Drop the heel, close the gate. One more. Press it back with the heel, into your hurdle stretch, drop your heel, close the gate. Whew, you can really feel that in your balancing hip. So now, working on your right leg. So we're balancing on the left. Hold on to the wall here, And we're going to lift the knee, go into open gate, go into your hurdle stretch, roll the knee back. Lift that knee into 90, open the gate, go into your hurdle stretch, lifting your heel, and roll the knee back. One more. Lift the knee, open your gate, lift your heel into your hurdle stretch, push back and roll the knee. Let's reverse it. Press back with the heel, into your hurdle stretch, into your open gate, and close the gate. Press back with the heel, into your hurdle stretch, drop the heel into your open gate position, and close. One more. Press back, into your hurdle stretch, drop your heel into open gate, and then close your gate. Good, I'm sure you've really felt that into your hips. Now, let's do some lunges, working that into a balance. So the first one we're going to do, actually before we go into the lunges, I want us to do a different one, a knee lift and a foot flick. So this is going to prepare us for the lunges. So again, standing in a hip distance position with your feet, we're just going to lift the knee and flick the foot. So it's a knee lift and a foot flick. You can see, so it's like pointing your toes down. And we're going to do that 10 times on each side. This is going to really work on hip flexor strength as well, a little bit of your balance as well. And as you lift with your left leg, you've got to really stabilize through your right gluteal. So really focus on what's happening in the right gluteal as you do the knee flick. Let's start with the left knee first. Ready? And let's go for 1 and 2. Quick ones. 3, 4, 5. Feel your right glute. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do the same on the right leg now. So we're going to feel the left gluteal helping to stabilize. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now come to the beginning, the front of your mat, and we are going to step back with, we'll first go into an aeroplane pose or an aeroplane balance. So keep your right leg soft and then just leaning or hinging forwards from your hip joint. Engage your tummy muscles and then gently lift and float the left leg up behind you. Arms is by the side of the body for this aeroplane pose or balance. From there, we're going to step the foot down behind us and then come up into a lunge position. So we're looking for shoulders over hips here. Good. So this is going to be a quite high lunge to start off with because we'll be lowering down slowly in 3 phases. Arms out to the side. First, let's lower down 1. Tuck the tailbone under. Keep the tailbone tucked under. So we'll feel a lovely stretch in the front of the left hip. Lower down for 2. Tuck the tailbone under. Lower down for 3. Whoa. And step into your aeroplane balance. Really feeling that right hip working. Brilliant. Step it back again. Up into a nice tall lunge position. Arms out. Let's do it again. Lower for 1. Tuck the tailbone under. 2. Tuck it under. 3. Tuck it under. Into your balance. Well done. And one last one. Step back into a tall lunge position, arms out to the side, tuck it under, and lower for 1, lower for 2, lower for 3, and step it forwards into your aeroplane balance. Brilliant. Come back up again. Again, kick it out a little bit, wiggle it out. We're going to do it on the other side. So we're going to balance onto the left leg, float the right leg up behind you. Make sure it's a hinging from the hip. The tummy muscles is really pulling in to support your lower spine. Step back, come up into a tall, high up lunge. Arms out to the side, tuck the tailbone under, lower for 1, tuck it under, lower for 2, tuck it under, lower for 3. From here into balance. Whoa, very good. And we're going to do it for the second time. Step back into your high, tall lunge position. Tuck the tailbone under, lower for 1, lower for 2, lower for 3. Lovely stretch for the front of the hip. And step it back. Whoa, into your plane, aeroplane balance. And then let's go again. Step back into tall lunge and lower for 1, lower for 2, lower for 3, and this is your 90-90 lunge. And then step it back into your aeroplane balance, and from there control it back into standing and wiggle it out a little bit. Now the next one is going to be a balance coming into a rotation. So this one is great for working on balance. Very dynamic movement here, and this is going to get you nice and warm. Okay, so the movement is going to be, again, we're going to start with left leg back, your left arm, so watch first. Your left arm will be down and your right arm will be up. And we'll do 3 little pulses, lift and spiral. So it's going to look like this. So we're going to pulse for 1, 2, 3, lift and spiral. Okay? So you're going to lower back again and do your little pulses. 1, 2, 3, lift and spiral. So you spiral towards that lifted knee and then you come back down again. So we'll do 3 of those on each side. Okay, let's do it together. Left leg back, left arm down, right arm up. Step back with the left, lift up through the right arm, tuck that tailbone under. Let's do our little pulses. 1, 2, 3 and up. And rotate and lift tall, spiral up towards the ceiling. And let's step back for 1, 2, 3 and up. Spiraling tall up to the ceiling. And down for 1, 2, 3 and up. Spiraling up towards the ceiling. Good. Let's do the other side. So again, let's have a little test run. So this time your right leg steps back, right arm is down, left arm is up. It's going to be that little pulse 3 times up, ooh, find your balance, and then it's going to be rotating towards your bent knee on the right. And you go straight into your lunges, and then you lift back up into your rotation. Ready? Let's go back with the right leg. Step back, left arm up, right arm down, and pulse. 1, 2, 3, and lift. And spiral tall to the ceiling. And 1, 2, 3, lift. And spiraling tall to the ceiling. And 1, 2, 3, and lift. Lost my balance there for a bit. Spiral tall to the ceiling. And then release it. Well done. Okay, that is it. We're going to finish with a few breaths. Inhale deep. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Great. So I hope that this session is making you feel energized, and that you are feeling a little bit out of breath, and make sure that you practice your balance as often as you can. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.